Hello students, welcome back. This video is for the students of class 7, subject mathematics, and this is lecture number 5, that is summary lecture of chapter number 6, the triangle and its properties. In this lecture, we are going to revise all the concepts that we have learned in this chapter. Okay, so let us start with the definition of triangle. So, a triangle is a closed figure, a simple closed figure that is having 3 angles and 3 sides. Tri means 3 and angle means the measurement that is formed between the intersection of 2 rays. Okay, so that measurement is known as angle. Okay, so a triangle has 3 angles and 3 sides. These 3 angles and the sides are known as elements of a triangle. Okay, so if I am asking you, write the elements of a triangle. So I will write AB, BC, AC. These are the 3 sides, and angle A, angle B, angle C. These are the 6 elements of a triangle. After that, we have learned about classification of triangle. Based on sides, we have 3 types of triangles: scalene, isosceles, and equilateral triangle. A scalene triangle is a type of triangle in which all the sides are of unequal measurement, are of different measurement. Isosceles triangle in which any 2 sides are equal. Okay, in this type of triangle, any 2 sides are equal. Okay, now equilateral, a triangle in which all the sides are equal, that is known as equilateral triangle. And based on angles, we have learned about 3 type of triangles. First one is acute angle, a triangle in which all the angles are acute, that is known as acute angled triangle. Then obtuse angled triangle in which one of the angle is more than 90 degree. This is known as obtuse angled triangle. Then right angle triangle in which one of the angle is of 90 degree. Okay, so this is right angled triangle. After that, we have learned about median and altitude. So a median connects a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side, and a triangle has 3 medians. Okay, a median is a line segment that connects any of the vertex to the opposite side and bisect that opposite side. Okay, bisect means that will divide it into 2 equal parts, that is median. Now altitude is a perpendicular line segment from a vertex of a triangle to its opposite side. Okay, it means this is a line that makes 90 degree on the opposite side, that is known as altitude. Okay, and there are 3 altitudes and 3 medians in a triangle. After that, we have learned about exterior angle property. Okay, so an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of its 2 interior opposite angles. Okay, what this property says, so suppose if this is an exterior angle, okay, x is an exterior angle, and how exterior angle formed? It is formed with one of the extended side of a triangle and one of the original side. Okay, the angle that is formed with the help of one of the extended side and one of the original side, that is an exterior angle. So that exterior angle is equal to the sum of opposite 2 interior angle. Okay, so this is its adjacent angle. This angle, if I am naming it as 1, so this is known as adjacent angle, that is adjacent to x, and these are 2, angle A and B, these are 2 opposite interior angles. So exterior angle property says that this exterior angle x is equal to angle A plus angle B. Okay, so let us take an example. Suppose this is 70 degree. Okay, this is exterior angle because this is formed with the one extended side and one original side. So this is exterior angle. This 70 is equal to 30 plus x. So with the help of exterior angle property, we can find the value of x. Okay, so this is your exterior angle property. So after exterior angle property, we have learned about angle sum property. Okay, angle sum property. This states that sum of all the angles of a triangle. As we know that there are three angles in a triangle, so sum of all the angles in a triangle, their sum is 180 degree. Okay, that is known as angle sum property. If the name of the triangle is, let it be ABC, so according to angle sum property, angle A plus angle B plus angle C must be 180 degree. Okay, so this is angle sum property. Whenever you have given two angles, so using exterior angle property, you can find the third one. Let us take an example. Take it this as 50 and this also as 40 degree, and you have to find x. So in this case, you can apply angle sum property for finding x. How you will find? So first you have to write according to angle sum property. Okay, wherever you are using any of the property, you have to mention. So according to angle sum property, all the sum of all the angles is 180. So it means 50 degree plus 40 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. Okay, it is 90 degree, so 90 plus x is equal to 180 degree, so x is equal to 90 degree. Okay, so this is how you can use this angle sum property, and this property states that the sum of all interior angles in a triangle is 180 degree. Okay, sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. Okay, after that we have learned about equilateral triangle. It is a triangle in which all the sides are of equal length. Okay, so if it is 5, this is also 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter, it means this type of triangle is known as equilateral triangle. Okay, this type of triangle is known as an equilateral triangle, and also all angles in an equilateral triangle are equal. Okay, and they are of 90 degree. You can prove this by angle sum property, as all angles are of are equal. So according to angle sum property, I can write x plus x is equal to 180. Why I have taken x plus x? Because all the angles are equal. If the angles are equal, then we can represent them with the same variable. So here I have taken x. Okay, so x plus x, they all are like terms, so we can add the coefficient. This is 1x, 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 so it will be 3x. Okay, 3x is equal to 180. Now 3 is in multiplication with x, so x is equal to 180 divided by 3, that is 60 degree. So each angle in an equilateral triangle is 60 degree. Okay, now next type of triangle we have learned is isosceles triangle. In this type of triangle, any of the two sides are equal. Okay, and any two sides are equal, and two angles are also in isosceles triangle. Now the main thing is which two angles are equal. Suppose xy is equal to xz. Okay, this is an isosceles triangle. Now which two angles will be equal? So let us take this side first. This is xy. Opposite to this side we have angle this, that is angle z. So angle z is equal to, and xz is opposite to xz, we have angle y. So angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Okay, so these are the angles that are opposite to these two sides, that are equal sides, so they are equal. And if the angles are equal, they are represented by same variables. If this is x, this must be also s, because x. Okay, because they are equal. Okay, so these two angles are equal in this case if these two sides are equal, and this is also known as base angle property. Base angle property. Okay, base angle property. This property is also known as base angle property of an isosceles triangle. Now if these two sides are equal, then which two angles will be equal? Opposite to BC, this side we have angle A. Okay, and opposite to AB we have angle C. So angle A and angle C are equal. If I am saying this is y, so this is also y, because they are equal, so we will represent them by same variable. Okay, So this property is known as base angle property of an isosceles triangle, and it states that angle opposite to equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. Okay, angles opposite to equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. Now one more thing, why this is known as base angle property. Base is the side of an isosceles triangle that is unequal to the equal side. So let us consider this one. Okay, let us consider this. If these two sides are equal, so which is left? This is unequal, and both the equal angles must be on the unequal side, must be on the vertex of the third side. So this is known as base. The side which is not equal to the two equal sides of an isosceles triangle is known as base. And always remember, the equal angle always lies on the base. Suppose if this side is unequal, because these two are equal and this is unequal, so both the equal angles must be lie on unequal side. Okay, this is unequal side YZ, so both equal angles must be lie on these two vertices. Okay, so this is known as base angle property. Now let us do a question related to the concept that we have learned. Okay, this is an isosceles triangle, this is an isosceles triangle we have given, and we have to find the value of x and y. This is the question. Okay, now these two sides are equal. Okay, this is unequal side. Now the equal angle must lie on the unequal side. Okay, so these two sides are equal, this is unequal, so the equal angle must lie on these two vertices. Okay, so this is also x, or you can also apply angle opposite to this side is this, and angle opposite to this side is this. If this is x, this is also x. Okay, so you have this is x. Now this angle, let it be angle 1. Okay, so angle 1 equal to 92 degree. Why it is 92? Because these two lines are intersecting and these are vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles are always equal, so they are equal by vertically opposite angles. Now, so angle 1 is 92. Now can I apply angle sum property in this for finding x? Yes, I can. So it is 92 according to angle sum property. Again I am saying, you have to mention the reason. Wherever you are applying the property, you have to mention. Okay, according to angle sum property, this angle 1 plus x equal to 180. Reason 180 degree. Reason I have given, this is because of angle sum property, because these are the angles of a triangle. Now angle 1 we have calculated, that is 92, and these two are like terms, so we can add them. So x plus x is 2x equal to 180 degree. Okay, so first I have to shift this, so it is in plus sign, so if it changes its side it will be minus. So 2x is equal to 180 degree minus 92. Okay, so it will be 180 degree minus 92 degree, because this is in positive, so if it changes its side it will be negative. Okay, so if you will subtract them, it will be 8. Okay, so it is 88. Okay, so 2x is equal to 88, so x is equal to 88 divided by 2, that is 44 degree. Okay, so x we have calculated, that is 44 degree. So this is also 44 and this is also 44 degree, as both are equal. Now I have to find y. By two method you can find the y. Either you can apply exterior angle property, because this is exterior angle. Okay, exterior angle, this y is equal to angle 1 plus angle 44, because exterior angle property says that exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite two interior angles. So y, angle 1 we have, that is 92, and angle x we have, that is 44 degree. So y is equal to 92 degree plus 44 degree. You will get the value of y. Or one more thing, by one more way you can find the value of y, because x plus y, they are forming linear pair. we have already calculated x. So this is 44. Now 44 degree plus y equal to 180 degree because of linear pair. So you can find y in this way. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. After angle sum property and isosceles base angle property, we have started triangle inequality. Okay, so let us revise this. Sum of length of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. Okay, this is what the triangle inequality says, that sum of length of two sides, sum of length of any two side is always greater than the third side. And these two statements are same. Either you can write this or you can write this. Okay, they have the same meaning. Difference between the length of any two side is smaller than the third side. Okay, they have the same meaning. So what this triangle inequality says, that the sum of length of any two side is greater than the third side, or you can say difference between length of any two side is smaller than the third side. Okay, and this triangle inequality, this property is useful to know if it is possible to draw a triangle when the length of three sides are known. If the length of three sides are given, so this property can be used to know if the triangle is possible or not. Suppose I have given three sides, let it be 3 centimeter, 9 centimeter, and take it as 7 centimeter. Is the triangle possible? So for that you have to find the triangle inequality. So sum of 2 is always greater than the third. First I will check the sum of these, and that must be greater than 7. Okay, then you have to check the sum of these two, and that must be greater than 3. And then you have to check the sum of these, and that is also greater than 9. So if this condition satisfies, then we can say yes, a triangle is possible having these three sides. Okay, after that we have learned about right angled triangle. It is also a type of triangle in which one of the angle is 90 degree. Okay, so one of the angle is 90 degree. This is a right angled triangle because angle B is 90 degree. Opposite to B we have the hypotenuse. Okay, that is the longest side in a right angled triangle. Opposite to 90 degree we have the side name, that is hypotenuse, and these two other than hypotenuse are known as legs of the triangle, or you can say they are known as perpendicular and base. Okay, the side which is just opposite to 90 degree, that is known as hypotenuse, and the remaining two sides, or the sides which are other than hypotenuse, they are known as perpendicular and base. Okay, so here you can say BC as base and AB as perpendicular, and AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, now ABC is a right angle triangle in which angle B is 90 degree. We have learned about hypotenuse. The side which is just opposite to 90 degree is known as hypotenuse, and it is the longest side in a right angle triangle. Okay, this I have already explained, that the side opposite to 90 is known as 90 degree is known as hypotenuse, and it is the longest side. Then we have learned about legs of the right angle triangle. The other two sides means other than hypotenuse, are known as legs of the right angle triangle, or you can say base and perpendicular. Okay, these are known as legs of a right angled triangle. After that we have learned about a property, Pythagoras property, that we can only apply in a right angle triangle. So this property states, in a right angled triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of the square of its legs. Okay, the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of square of the legs. So according to Pythagoras theorem, if this is a right angle triangle and this is a right triangle, as this angle is 90 degree, so Pythagoras property says AC square is equal to BC square plus AB square. Okay, or you can write it as hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. If you have to find the hypotenuse, then always you have to add add the square of base and perpendicular. If you have to find the base, then if you have to find the base, then you have to subtract the square of hypotenuse and perpendicular, the square of perpendicular. Okay, then you will get the base square. Okay, and same for perpendicular square. If you have to find the perpendicular square, then it should be hypotenuse square minus base square. Okay, so this is all about the summary lecture. I have covered all the important topics of the chapter. Okay, now the homework is you have to do the assignment that is already uploaded on Eduquark, and that will be shared in the group also, in the class WhatsApp group also. Okay, you have to solve that, and on Tuesday you have the test. Okay, you have the test of this chapter, so prepare this chapter for the test and solve the assignment. So this is your homework. So your homework is you have to solve the assignment that is of chapter number 6, the triangles and its properties, and that is uploaded on Eduquark, and you have to prepare for the test of the same chapter, and that is on Tuesday. Okay, so prepare well. Thank you so much.